going to we'll start with you. What I want you to do is step forward and just talk about something, just very briefly, that you enjoyed at the conference.
Well, I liked watching all the other people's workshops and learning new things from them. And it was really good meeting new people and getting more experience and learning new stuff.
I learnt that everyone can make a difference to climate change. They can all install those light globes and solar panels to make solar energy. And I enjoyed probably the talks we had at the conference. Well, we all met up, had dinner, talking, had stage and everything. Yeah.
I enjoyed watching everyone's workshops and learning everything. It was such a great experience, and I hope I can do it again someday.
Well, I enjoyed learning my lines and all that for our workshop.
I enjoyed watching other people's workshops because they were very interesting and we learnt new things.
I enjoyed doing our workshops because it was fun, and I also really liked the food.
I enjoyed watching the other workshops and we had a really great time.
Well, I learned that on one of the workshops that there's 16,000 solar panels on a train shed. I don't know.
Something I liked about going to the conference was the gala nights and the dinners and everything. That was really fun, and we got to meet everyone. I got to meet Aaron Wood and Richard Wood. It was really good. Nice and fun.
I enjoyed watching the other people's presentations. It was really good and we all learned a lot from it. I enjoyed doing the costume changes because I never experienced anything like that before.
Well, I learned a lot about at the conference, but, well, yeah, I know it won't be my last because it's really great.
We will give Lachlan a minute because he was going to be here early, so something might have happened. We'll just give him a minute before we replace him, okay?
Hello and welcome to our presentation called We Can't Afford to Live Without Them.
The problem we have is urbanisation. The city is growing and new housing development is happening. The wetlands in the way. There are many stakeholders in this issue. I've never seen so many cross people all believing their opinion is right.
We want you to help us resolve this issue so that everyone wins.
A big ask, I think. Next on our agenda is a request for a permit for a housing development. On top of the Wonder Wetlands.
What's this I hear? A permit being requested to demolish and build a so-called unique, one-of-its-kind housing estate. On the wetlands? Who's behind this absurdity?
Really, what is the wetlands anyway? We could be making so much money by charging rates for property that we could build. This would give us more funds to do other things for the city.
I agree, it makes good economic sense.
So you're saying let's get rid of the wetlands to get more rates for the land?
Of course, they're a wasted area. Just a boggy, weedy wasteland that does absolutely nothing.
You're joking. Don't you realise the wetlands are a way of managing our stormwater?
Oh, we can just divert the stormwater straight into the river, no problem.
We'll see about this. Our wetlands are a dual feature in our community and must be saved.
Oh, why don't we put it to the vote? A show of hands will do. My count is 3 for the proposal and 1 against. Permit goes ahead.
I declare the meeting closed.
This is a day with a difference. For us, it's a day out of the studio and we're bringing you our morning program live from the Wonder constructed wetlands.
Did you hear last night at the council meeting? Things got a bit fiery, so what's it all about?
The big topic causing the great divide in our community is urbanisation, or urban spread, meaning sadly we could lose our wetlands if it goes ahead. There are so many stakeholders in this issue, all need to have their say, so you will need to stay tuned to help us solve the problem.
This morning in the newspaper it says, wetlands play an important role in the health of the environment. They maintain and improve water quality and have been called the kidneys of the river because they help filter out pollutants such as nutrients, sediments and pesticides from our waterways.
So let's start with information about the wetlands and their purpose. We have a roving reporter wandering around the wetlands.
I have a bunch of kids here today that know about wetlands and want them to be saved. Let's see what they have to say. What's a wetland?
I know. A wetland is an area that holds water.
I heard it can be permanent or temporary.
They can be natural or constructed. Constructed means made by humans.
It can have a dry phase and doesn't have to be wet all the time to be a wetland.
I thought wetlands have to be wet.
Wetlands are home to many different sorts of plants and animals, even in a drought.
What use are wetlands?
My turn. They provide a habitat or a place for wildlife to live.
They definitely help with flood control. And they improve water quality.
Without wetlands, where would we be?
Are there different types of wetlands? Hang on, kids, have the radio announcers on the line. Saying wind it up, we're running out of time.
Hey, what might I say? There are natural wetlands that can be wet and dry. There are so many types.
And there are constructed wetlands, but for many different purposes. And that's why we're here today, because one of the purposes is to help with the stormwater.
Wetlands are amazing filters. They're the kidneys of the river. The wetlands act like a filter to clean up the water before it returns to the river, just like a kidneys filter all the bad stuff from our systems.
It's obvious. These kids do not agree that our wetlands should be bulldozed. We need to learn more about these wetlands filtering our stormwater. Back to you guys.
Even the kids know that wetlands act as important filters for many different pollutants such as sediments, nutrients, bacteria, organic and inorganic matter before they reach our river.
I have a text message just in. Here is another viewpoint. Wetlands are beautiful places giving our community another place for recreation, bushwalking, birdwatching and bike riding.
Next over to the protesters, and let's hear what they have to say.
Our problem is that the local wetlands are about to be bulldozed due to urbanisation. Who is this going to benefit? We urge the council to change the decision and not let this go ahead.
We're not going to give up. To us, it's a clear-cut issue. Habitats need to be kept.
Wetlands help purify the stormwater. I'm putting my foot down. The wetlands need to stay.
They're certainly determined to keep the wetlands.
Meanwhile, on the other side, hidden from the view, the real troublesome action is taking place.
What's going on here?
We're getting ready to start moving in so we can build a unique housing development. We've got the permit.
But wetlands are extremely important. This won't do.
I don't see how this matters. I'm just doing my job. They don't pay me enough to do this job.
How can this not bother you? Look around. Wetlands provide homes to native birds, bugs, frogs and more animals, including some endangered species.
I've been in this business a long time now. You learn to live with things.
I'm going to take this further. The council is incompetent.
The builders are getting harassed on many sides.
Hurry up! Why are you slowing the demolition? I paid good money for this permit. No one can hear me. No one crosses me. Burning bridges.
Open your eyes, we've got protesters blocking our way through.
I'm paying you so much money, and I have the permit to get the job done. You can't even start. Threaten them and just run them over.
Easier said than done.
You have 10 days. Got it?
What's worse, my life ending because I'm about to be demolished, or life suffering from pollution?
Not more rubbish coming down the drain. It's only in my first pond that I can take that kind of torture.
Guess I'm just overreacting, but if you knew what it felt like, you might regret dropping your rubbish.
If I told you, you'd probably cry. People these days don't realise how important the wetlands are and how lucky they are to have us. If I were human for a day, I'd run over to Bernie Bridges, that rich guy, and dump rubbish in his car, see how he likes it.
Ah, what a lovely view this is. It needs to stay forever.
Move or I'll run you over.
You're joking. What was that you said?
I said move or I'll run you over.
You're joking. Who in their right mind would want you to do that?
Slow down. What are you saying? Who would want to go ahead and ruin the wetlands? That rich developer, Bernie Bridges. The demolition contractors are already there. Say no more. I'm on my way as we speak.
Meanwhile, the radio announcers have hit the water to speak to the animals in floating islands. The animals will certainly end up homeless if the wetlands are bulldozed.
Here we have 3 floating islands. They're unique and let's see what they have to say.
We thought you'd never ask.
But we never miss an opportunity to be in the limelight.
Here we go. Our purpose is to filter any water in the wetlands that is contaminated. So, wetland plants make oxygen and purify the water. They also provide shelter, foraging areas and nesting places for them.
Plants that live in or near the water have special features to help them survive.
But
Some have to cope with salt in the soil, others having their roots covered by water. Wetland plants also need their own ways of surviving droughts. What? Do you want me to stop? I'm just getting warmed up. Wetlands provide food, water, shelter, foraging areas and breeding sites for many different animals.
including birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish, mammal, insects, and many other invertebrates. Whew, that was an important one. You've made your point. Your wetland should be conserved as a valuable asset to the community. You see yourself as providing food and filtering the water.
Wetlands are places for interest for the community members as well as visitors to the area.
Is this a school of Murray Cod swimming by? Can we ask what you have to say about the wetlands being demolished?
No one ever considered our underwater housing. We have a one-stop shop for our food. We can't just catch a bus to the next shopping centre. This is it for us.
Look, it's another little critter. Catch it before it gets away, but don't get too close. Could have a nip at you.
Ouch, you got me. Don't be like that. I'm on your side. What do you think about the wetlands being bulldozed?
Those humans who want to demolish the wetlands need to spare a thought for us yabbies.
Keeping our habitat means life to us. I'm glad those protesters are still there.
The debate is heating up and the protesters are not giving up.
Are you aware that these constructed wetlands treat the stormwater from the drains?
Did you know the wetlands work hard filtering out all of the bad things that people put into them?
The wetlands act like a filter to clean the water before it returns to the river.
Why do you both consider building your unique housing development and include the wetlands? That way we can keep the wetlands. I don't know why we bother.
Maybe we should rethink this.
That burning bridges do anything to make more money.
There are so many things that you need to consider when you're building your unique housing estate. What's going to happen to all the stormwater?
Annalise Average wants to buy a block of land at the new housing estate.
Hi everyone, I'm known as Annalise Average. I don't know where I'd be without my garden. Insects are so annoying that I always have my trusty pesticide nearby and I use it. No insects for my plants. I always use a sprinkler after I spray the plants. That way the pesticide can spread and protect the other plants too.
Annalise Average doesn't realise that the pesticides wash off the plants, down the drains and into the wetlands. How are we going to deal with this problem? It will go straight into the river.
Donald is a cleaner and stores all sorts of chemicals. Here's another person who wants to buy a block of land.
G'day, my name's Donald Demolisher. I have old drums containing chemicals and the quickest way to tidy them up is to dump the contents down the drain.
So Donald's chemicals ended through the stormwater. Wouldn't it be a good idea to keep the wetlands? Then the chemicals would be filtered through the wetland system. Donald knows he shouldn't be doing this in the first place.
Then there are all the people who wash their cars. Hannah, a hard worker, wants to buy a block of land.
Sup, I'm Hannah Hardworker and every weekend I wash my car. I like to use soapy detergent to make my car spark. What? Doesn't matter what sort of detergent I use, straight down the drain it goes. That's what drains are for.
The detergent washes down the drains and into the wetlands. It's lucky the floating island with wetland plants are there to filter the contaminants. How are the developers going to deal with all these problems in the unique housing estate?
Then there are all those people who mow their lawns without a catcher. Cindy Catcher Nothing can't wait to buy a block of land too.
G'day, I'm Cindy Catcher Nothing. I just mow my lawn as often as I need to. I don't have a catch for my mower. I just leave my lawn clippings if they have a mind of their own.
I understand this. What Cindy Catcher Nothing doesn't realise is that the lawn clippings go straight down the storm water drains and into the wetlands. Without the wetlands, what will happen? You're right, we need to rethink this.
So we even have people that want to buy blocks of land that use blowers to get leaves, dust and litter. I think we better have a closer look at why we're getting rid of the wetlands.
What about the unique feature being the wetlands for the housing estate? Build it around the wetlands so they can be used to filter out the stormwater before it returns to the river. Now we need all of you to help with the resolution.
You have the opportunity to solve this issue. The question is, do the wetlands stay or go to make way for urbanisation?
We want you to come up with a creative resolution that will be supported by the majority of the people in the town.
You could call a town meeting, have a debate, or attend a council briefing.
Each team will receive a packet of prompts such as issues and stakeholders.
It could be your group that will be invited to come down and share your ideas.
We will come down and come and get our groups. You might be have family groups or chosen groups.
Yep, so it's all dispersed.
how important they are.
These all have fun.
Carl, I've been racing all day. It's serious.
You gotta put these in a...
The most important is
Yeah, we're going to try
Could you just tell me what we have to do?
Well, you have to pick out of all these what is most important to least important, and these are all the issues, and then you have to pick one of these are the stakeholders, and you have to make a resolution.
And so they'll still have people viewing, but obviously the wetlands and the habitat
He doesn't really matter that much, does he? What about we care about these endangered species? We've got to look after them.
so we've got to look after
They're on their way out.
because if we don't look after them, then we've got
We've
them
lost
no
them.
longer.
I know. We've lost them.
So we need to decide which stakeholders we need to please and like.
You've got to please the animals.
So I'll just put these ones in here. This is about trying to figure out a resolution to like save the wetlands and please all the stakeholders and solve most of the issues.
That's a big thing to do,
So
isn't
has
it?
anybody got any ideas on how we could please everyone or please most people?
Well, they can find another place to build.
So they could build around the
They could build around it, couldn't they?
Perhaps we can lose a tiny little bit of the wetland. Don't know. Perhaps we can relocate.
Yeah,
In Mildura, that's not a problem. There's so much empty land everywhere.
I don't think that's what we're getting at. Since we've got all that empty land, maybe it's to preserve wildlife and things like that.
Maybe.
Well, they moved the wetlands when they built the marina. They did. They relocated it.
Well, moving the wetlands wasn't supposed to be an option.
Okay, so we're not moving the wetlands.
We're going to keep it there. Well, we better move the development then, hadn't we?
Yes, I think so. They can build.
Or they could make it a feature, or make the wetlands a feature of the housing estate.
Yes. And that way you could even make it, I don't know, put work into the wetlands to make it a recreation area.
You need to tell me what this game is about. Who'd like to be spokesperson?
Okay,
Olivia?
these are some issues and these are the stakeholders. So we're trying to find a resolution of how to make both sides happy. So what we've already come up with is building around the wetlands. So the builders can build and the people, the environmentalists and animals can still have their habitat and we can still keep the wetlands. I think that people would pay more view for the wetlands anyway if they could build around. And so yeah, that's basically all we do.
Any comments? What would happen if you lost species? Is that a sensible way of dealing with it? No, because what happens when you lose a species?
They come extinct.
That's right, but you can't replace them, can you?
We're working out the important issues, whether the wetlands are more important than the new housing development.
And we've had to try and rank all of the different issues involved, and there's lots and lots of different issues and lots of different stakeholders, and that's what we're moving on to next, where we're looking at which stakeholders are responsible for which issues, and we're trying to prioritise them, which is really tricky to keep everybody happy, isn't it, Mitch?
Yeah.
What happens when species disappears?
Do you have any other ideas?
They're extinct.
That's right, can you get them back?
No.
So wouldn't it be sensible that we stop them from becoming extinct in the first place?
Yes.
That would make good sense, wouldn't it?
So, Mariam, how do you think it's going?
Well, I think it's
it's a really tricky issue, urbanisation. It's something that it's very foreign to kids, but it is actually happening in our own town to a degree, not necessarily with wetlands, but they need to look at the issues in the hypothetical. If it did happen, you know, how would they solve this and resolve it? So there's a lot of problem-solving skills with the kids, a lot of learning debates that they can come up with, and they've actually taken some of the issues now for personal learning so that they can do some speaking, and some of them have chosen issues that came up at the conference or from this workshop that they've been doing. So, and I think it's, you know...
What do you think, from what I'm seeing, the question's been asked, what's the most important issue? And it keeps coming down to losing species.
Yes,
they're gone forever.
That's one of the issues that they needed to look at.
So how do developers get around this? Because once you've lost the species, it cannot be replaced.
And that's exactly right. So what the kids have done is look at some of those issues and the way it's handled with mankind. How do they get together and talk about these issues?
About resolution.
Yeah, about resolution.
And perhaps also maybe more research is required within these extremely fragile areas where we're likely to just wipe out species.
That's exactly right. So definitely research. And one of the other things that they came up with too were just the different people groups within a community and how they can handle conflict. So that was just a personal issue, a social issue that they had to deal with as well as part of this.
So have our kids actually had anybody come and have a bit of a fight with them or something?
Well, at the conference they actually had, there were 4 or 5 environmentalists in their second presentation, and I thought, wow, how's this going to work? Because one guy said, how do you, in the hypothetical, what stakeholders would be the most challenged by a decision to keep the wetlands? And they just all stood up and bounced off each other and continued on and piggybacked each other's ideas. So I felt as a teacher that was where I knew that the learning had really happened, that they could converse with their audience. And then of course there was someone else that asked them a more challenging question, and I'm thinking, oh, just to say, you know, if they can answer it.
When the kids actually get out into the real world and have to deal with real developers who really are just orientated by money in most part, how do you think these kids are truly going to cope knowing that we are eliminating species at a very fast rate on the planet? How do you think these kids are actually going to develop in the real world through their own actions, and also just influencing other people to make changes, even if they're small little habits every day?
I think one of our biggest challenges is to give them very good problem solving and effective resolution skills to work with people socially. So we do spend a lot of time just communicating with each other to eliminate those bullying issues. So to a degree that could become a bullying issue where the developer just moves in and annihilates everything. So kids have got to know how to deal with that. And I'm quite confident that what we've done through this workshop will give those children the skills, and they'd say, well, just a minute, that's not really what should be happening. You know, and even though it's role play, they could come back to the real life situation and think, oh, that's not a choice that I should be making. So I think it's important to give them those skills, even if it is through role play, so that then they can transfer that understanding out in the real world later on.
Build around the wetlands to reduce human impact on the environment. By doing this, they maintain the wetlands and also gain housing development. Build around the wetlands as they will still keep the builders' employment and preserve the floating islands, as no one will be able to damage the ecosystem. Yeah, buddy.
Us. Okay, now going down Team Mitchell.
Andy Mitchell.
Go Mitchell.
Mitchie's doing, but Mitchie's doing.
I'm not doing it. You can talk to Well, our group decided on moving the housing estate, which will keep the animals and the town residents and the builder happy, and keep the wetlands, and it'll keep the jobs and brings money to the town, and we'll educate the public about the importance of wetlands and make a Facebook page called Friends of the Wetlands for a social media campaign, and Yeah.
And
I'm going to follow them on Facebook. And Twitter. Same thing.
Round of applause.
Go, Mitchell!
Initially we thought we could just move the wetlands because it's only a little shallow bit of water, but we didn't realise after the presentation how important the wetlands were. So we thought we could coexist by building around it, but if there wasn't enough room, we thought the best resolution would be to convince Bernie Bridges to build somewhere else, and because we need the housing, we need the jobs, and we thought if council could help him with those incentives, maybe to fast track his permit and to help him out with some equipment, then everybody would be happy, including Bernie, the protesters, the council, the environmentalists, and we keep all the jobs.
Will you do it, Bernie? Explain to us what stakeholders are. People that hold stakes.
Well, myself and Jill decided that we would plan to redevelop our wetlands, and we drew a picture.
You didn't draw the picture.
No, I didn't draw. I wrote, okay, but that doesn't matter. We decided to downsize our wetlands, not hugely, but big enough so we could also have the housing development on the side. But to keep everyone happy, we decided to put a high-rise in and a viewing platform, so the tourists are going to be happy because they can sit, they can sit in a hotel and look out, and they can also go to the viewing platform. What else did we do? Yeah, we decided to keep lots of trees and stuff there so we can please the environment and all those people, and yeah.
Round of applause.
We'd build the development around the wetlands, and the developers would be happy because they get the houses in premium waterside locations.
We thought by doing that we'd also keep the councillors happy because you've got premium land values because of beautiful views and therefore increased rates. So councillors are happy.
Right. And we thought everything would be happy around the wetlands because people's knowledge had expanded about the importance of their existence, so everything was going to stay there.
On your turn.
And we knew we'd keep the tourists happy because the wetlands would be a great place for tourists to come and visit to see the birds and wildlife around there, as well as we might be able to put some other activities on the wetlands themselves.
Go, Darren!
Thanks for the encouragement. We thought the residents would be very happy because they would have great views and access to recreation areas, and environmentalists would be happy because we'd be maintaining the environment in a healthy state.
Wonderful, Brian.
What's the effect of urbanisation to someone else?
It depends where you're putting it. Okay, around a wetland.
How do you explain language?
Hey?
Start speaking prep language.
Well, if we were going to put it around the wetlands, I'd explain, we need to keep our society in coexistence with our nature society, whatever you want to say. So, yeah, we need to evaluate both sides of the story. So both, if you're going to have your wetlands, you're going to have your housing development because, yeah, you need both. I don't know.
Coexist.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
What is something that you have learned from our workshop today?
That you're all awesome.
Is there something you'd like to know more about?
We have this book. I don't know where the other one's gone, but you can write any questions, comments, or any query, suggestions. Yeah, thanks, Jess. And you could leave your email, and we could get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you for coming and participating in our presentation today.
We'd just like to present these flowers to Miss Barr for
They're beautiful.
Yeah, I
I'm pretty sure she did.
been lovely. Thank you very much.
First of all, congratulations once again. This is something that we've cherished at the school. It's something that we really are proud of. These children each year are selected because they'll have a commitment to this program, and you can see all that script they have to learn, all the knowledge that they have and they've got to impart, and the fact that they have the confidence to stand up in front of other people and do the presentation. Each year, and this is no exception this year, they put in a huge amount of extra time Mary, congratulations on getting everything organised. And every year I get this fantastic email from the presenters of the conference, the Woods, saying that they had absolutely thoroughly enjoyed and always comment on the quality of our presentation. And well done, congratulations to everybody. Very proud of you.
When your name is called out, can you come and get your certificate, please? Jeremy. Alex has just gone. Lachlan.
Lockie!
Yeah, Lockie!
There you go, congratulations, thank you.
Tyson, please.
Oh, yeah?
We have to get a photo of Mr. Easy's pest rescue.
No, you have two.
Will?
Willie.
It's not as bad as Benji.
Willie or won't he?
Kyle?
Oh, yeah, Kyle.
Ready?
Small, small.
Nice big dress for the occasion. Yeah, well done. Thank you. Mitch. Ready? Yay.
Annabelle?
Yeah.
Mitch Undy?
Well done, Mitch.
Maddie? Leah? And Georgia?
Georgia. Thank you, Georgia.
And Kyle, what research went into making this project?
Well, apart from the research, we actually spent a lot of time after school. We searched on the computers and had a look in our Enviro team, which is another extra curriculum activity, and we were actually searching about wetlands at the time, and we had been investigating them, so we sort of had a bit of prior information. So it was kind of a bit easier than having to get up on our netbooks and have a look at everything. And all the script was written by students, and it was sort of like sanded off by Mrs. Moore. She put it all together and got it all working, and yeah, it was a lot of time put into it.
How many months?
Oh, I think it was about 4. But with the start of it, it took us about 4 weeks to get us off the ground and get the whole idea of what we were going to do, and then probably another 6 weeks to get the script done, and then the rest to do the like learning our lines. Yep.
And how do you think it's been presented now? Did you think people got the message that you set out to teach?
There was a lot of, it was very hard to understand that message, but I think we got the message across really well. We did have to explain urbanisation and stakeholders, and at the conference there was a lot of people that did say, oh, now I understand, and I think that was really good when that happened, and they got to understand it finally.
So how many kids or people have you presented this to?
I think it was about 45 to 60 people, because we did the workshop twice, and I think we had about 25 people in our group, and yeah, it was.
And you travelled to Adelaide for this?
Yeah, well, some of the team members had been in Swan Hill, like myself, playing basketball, so we had to come from Swan Hill to Adelaide, and others went on the bus to Adelaide.
And where was this presented?
In Adelaide at the Adelaide Convention Centre and the Botanical Gardens.
Right. And what was the convention called again?
The 2011 International Kids Teaching Kids River Conference.
We've got Darren Wilson here today from the Mallee CMA. And we're very fortunate because we've been able to access Darren's knowledge as a mentor to help us with our workshop through his son, Will. So he will have some very good words to help us understand what we've been doing.
It's been really good to see all the hard work that the kids have put into this presentation, to see it come to an end and show them what they've show us what they've learned. They've covered a whole range of various issues in the importance of wetlands, and all shown that it's not an easy topic to be dealing with. There's a lot of things to be considered, but they've covered them all extremely well, picked up on the issues and really been able to engage the audience as well as part of it. And you know, just to see their enthusiasm in putting this together for everyone has just been fantastic. And you know, it's been great working with the school. The school's done a lot of fantastic stuff environmental wise over many years, so it's been great working with the school and marrying in that time, and you know, just seeing the great work that they do.
How do you think the kids will take this knowledge out into the real world when they leave school?
One thing we do learn in working with kids is that they do take that information to the real world. They may forget sometimes when they're getting a little bit through the teenage years, but they remember as they get older. But the other thing is they do take it home and take it to their families. And you know, we hear comments from parents saying, "Oh, I can't do this anymore because my son or my daughter's learnt this at school," and they tell me we can't do it, it's the wrong thing, we've got to do the right thing. And you know, having kids doing that at home is just a great way to get the message home.
So the topic that they've been studying, which is the wetlands, how do you think that's going to reflect out in everyday life for people living in Mildura and the Mallee region?
The wetlands, they're relatively new there, and to have a presentation on them, you know, it just helps increase that awareness of them and the importance that they are, that they do have within our community. It's, you know, a lot of the community don't realise they're there or why they're there, so to have these kids learning about it and getting that message out to the general community is fantastic, and it's just helping increase that awareness of them and their importance to the community.
And have you enjoyed the whole process?
Yeah, the process has been fantastic, and it's, you know, it's always great working with school kids and Mildura West School. So
thank you.
No worries.